and welcome to You Write, the podcast where creativity meets community.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Matt.
Each week on You Write, we challenge our listeners to write a story in just 30 minutes, using 3 of 5 randomly generated words.
It's a fun and fast-paced exercise to spark your imagination and get those creative juices flowing.
We'll read your submissions, offer feedback, and discuss the unique twists and turns of each story.
Whether you're an aspiring author or just love a good tale, You Write is your place to explore the endless possibilities of storytelling.
So grab a ticket to Project Hail Mary, settle in for an amazing movie, and let's dive into this week's stories.
And remember, the only limit is your imagination and around about 30 minutes.
Yarn.
So let's see what you got.
Yarn.
Yeah. So Rachel and I were just discussing Project Hail Mary, the movie. Yeah. No
for
spoilers.
those of you,
yeah,
no,
spoilers.
we won't. I won't. For those of you who have not seen it, it's kick-ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rad.
Kick-ass.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite books anyways. And
Same.
man, they did a great job with the adaptation.
They did so well.
So good.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be put off by the name Ryan Gosling like I was. Just
Or
because...
If it puts you on, then go see it.
Do be put on.
Yeah, do be put on.
Don't be put off.
Just be put on.
Yes.
Yes.
Just go see it because it fucking A.
Yeah. Yeah. I was honestly really worried because I love the book so much.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And I was just like, oh, are they going to ruin this?
Yeah.
And no, they absolutely did not.
Mm-hmm.
It was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
Go see it.
So good.
Go see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else is amazing?
Are this week's stories?
All this week's stories.
Oh, I concur.
I agree. So who did we decide to read this week?
I believe we decided to read Walker.
Walker! Hey, buddy.
Hey.
We've missed you last week.
We have.
Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds like Walker is doing his own podcast now.
Yeah, I mean, has he been doing it?
I don't know. Correction, I believe he has, and I think it's just listed privately somewhere. But anyways,
Okay.
Hey, Walker.
Hey, Walker.
And this...
Hey, fellow podcaster.
Hello, fellow podcaster.
Mhm.
Hello, fellow.
Yes.
So this is Removed by Walker by Faith.
We'll actually start with the 22nd devotional because Corey and Bill did the 21st. The first, as she insisted we call her, said this with disdain dripping from her voice. She didn't like being upstaged, and she knew that the devotional of the 21st Holy Year was much more powerful than that of the 22nd Holy Year. She herself had planned to read the 21st hearing, a plan she had indeed shared with her first, second removed and her first, third removed. In fact, as she announced the hearing number, she locked eyes on the offending members of the ecclesia who had dared claim that honor, Corey and Bill, as she intentionally called them by their first names rather than their titles. Lynette, currently holding that sacred title of First Holy Year, had only recently ascended. Her role, among other things, was to select the readers of each day's hearing, the daily devotional of the ecclesia. Before she could begin reading the day's hearing, a commotion arose from the Laborer Guild section of the ecclesia's gathering. As first, Lynette knew she was expected to maintain composure and calm in any situation. However, her blood was already boiling over the second and third situation. She heard the scuffle before she saw it, but immediately recognized both the face and the ritual marking of their newest devotee, given the title of First 97th Removed. 97th Removed, she admonished as she beckoned. Come to the front of the gathering at once. 97th Removed, previously known as Karis, rose defiantly, throwing off the hands of the well-meaning ushers who would have forced her forward should she have refused. She had not yet learned one of the few cardinal rules of the ecclesia. Do not ever interrupt a hearing. The second cardinal rule she was breaking, do not ever look the first in the eyes. I am Karis, 97th Removed stated boldly as she approached, and I just want to go home, please. She spat the last. Lynette, the first, was unfazed. She could handle this. this girl with no problem. She liked a good fight, one that was out in the open. Unlike the constant passive-aggressive campaign that Corey and Bill were running behind the scenes. Every day, a little more authority questioned, a little more sabotage of the gathering of the ecclesia. The first knew she would have to deal with them eventually, but she preferred a much more cut-and-dried approach. Ah, I see. The first addressed the 97th Removed's request. And tell me, Karis, why you refuse to accept the moniker we have graciously given you. While you think of your response, please also share with the rest of us why you think you are more important than the 95 others with us in this room. And further, what reason you have for wanting to leave, when every material wish or desire you could ever have is provided by the ecclesia. Karis laughed. From beside her on the dais, the first could see the first second removed and the first third removed suppressing their own mirth. I will kill Bill, Lynette promised herself again. And Corey. Just not today. Why? Karis shot back after her laughter died. Why? You're kidding me, right? I mean, look at this. This craziness. You're reading devotionals and calling them hearings. And for what? You speak to people as numbers counting up from you, and you don't think that's a bit insane? And if I heard them right in that wild-ass orientation, you're called the first holy here until you die or something, and then you'll be the second when a new first is installed? How do y'all even keep up with that? But yeah, you're right. The bed is warm, the food is good, and most of the people here are genuinely nice. But you can't just keep me locked up here until I go along with all this cult crap. Let me stop you there, 97th Removed, Lynette addressed her. I started where you are, with defiance, with questions, with my own desires. But then the ecclesia changed me. With every hearing, my ears opened a little more. I learned, I grew. I began to see the truth in what they were saying. It will be the same for you. Like you, my family placed me here. Like you, I wanted to leave. Like you, I was full of spit and fire, and while I lacked balls, I was always on the ball more than any man in the room. She intentionally did not look at Corey or Bill. At the time, I was first 100th removed. Now I am the first holy here. You will listen. You will grow. You will stop your destructive ways. Or what? The 97th removed shot back. I hoped you'd ask. Lynette smiled at her, then looked at her first second removed. Corey, please escort Karis, as she still insists on being called, to the pit of desolation. Several members of the ecclesia gasped in surprise, as the pit of desolation had not been used in decades. Not, Lynette reflected, since she herself was a child. It is there, the first continued, that you, yes, even you, Karis, will become one of the removed, in spirit and in truth.
Right on.
Right on.
Right on. Yeah. Excellent, Walker.
That was good.
This is good.
That was fun. That was a fun read. I like to read when people are like, "Oh yeah, well, and then be like, "Oh yeah, you piece of shit." So that was a fun read.
Yeah, you really leaned into that well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting out, I was like, okay, this sounds like, because we have the text from Walker, presumably. We'll actually start with the 20 seconds devotional. I thought that this was a text to his like minister crew or something. Maybe it is. Maybe that's what your podcast is. About like 22nd Psalm or something and the 21st Psalm or something like that. And then, it kind of devolved. And at first I thought it was like a kind of like making fun of church and making it seem ridiculous. But then I realized that it was an actual cult.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was around the paragraph, Lynette, currently holding the sacred title of First Holy here, had only recently ascended. Mm-hmm. Her role, among other things, was to select the readers of each day's hearing, the daily devotional of the ecclesia. All of that really is like, okay, so we're doing some... I thought it was just like, maybe this is just a fantasy world. Mm-hmm. And we're setting up this sort of fantasy, which I guess in a way a cult is kind of a fantasy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as it went on further and we hear more from Karis, yeah, it's definitely a cult.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I love the name Ecclesia. That's an excellent name.
That is pretty good. Ecclesia.
Iglesia.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Enrique Ecclesia.
Well, I'm just saying, no, ecclesia, yeah. But ecclesia is Greek, but iglesia is Spanish.
Right.
You know? So it comes full circle.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I really like that too. I really like, I don't know. I love the Kill Bill part.
I will kill Bill. Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
read that. I was like, he did a thing there.
Yeah, that's funny. I will kill Bill.
Yeah, and the whole naming scheme for everybody is ludicrous.
Yeah.
It is impossible to follow, which is directly commented on by Karis, 97th removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess you just gradually move up in the ranks as people die.
Yeah.
And so this
Sounds
is
like
a
it.
murderous cult, like internally murderous.
Yeah, are they murdering them or are they just dying?
Well, yeah, by the words "I will kill Bill" and Corey, I'm like, okay,
that's true. That's
so
true.
they are killing
She's
each other
okay.
to go up in rank. It
Yeah.
sounds like, but okay. So one thing I was actually a little confused on was right at the start. I went back and started it again, and I was a little confused. The first, as she insisted we call her, said this with disdain dripping from her voice. That "we" in there made me think that we weren't actually in the first's perspective, and maybe it started out that way and you just kind of shifted and yeah.
But where is it in the first's perspective? Who is the point of view character?
Well, okay, so the "we" implies that there is a point of view character,
right.
Where in this case this is like an over the shoulder third person. So yeah, that "we" outside of dialogue kind of confused me.
Huh. Yeah, but that makes me wonder, who is the point of view person? Like, is there a point of view person?
Yeah, well, and I don't know,
like a narrator.
I don't know that would be possible because we get things like "I will kill Bill," she thought. And
yeah,
so
that's
it
true.
would be like this
Close third person.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
that "we" was
I hadn't
a little
even noticed that.
was a little odd. I didn't catch it until I went back and started it again. I was like, maybe I missed something and started looking. But
that's a good question. Yeah. But apparently, the Pit of Desolation is used as a compliance tool.
But what do you imagine the Pit of Desolation would involve?
I'm just imagining the first thing that came to mind was the Temple of Doom, like the Pit of Hell.
Oh yeah.
But then again, you die in there,
right?
And so I feel like the Pit of Desolation. Maybe it's like the hole in prison.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, where they just leave you in there until you break. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, cult. Definitely cult. I don't know why. I imagined the pit in Star Wars where Luke gets thrown in and the giant monster comes out.
The trash pit.
Oh no, not the trash. The sixth episode 6.
Okay.
Whenever he goes down in that pit with the huts, he's on Tatooine because Luke is a Jedi by now. Yeah. Sorry, spoilers for Star Wars.
Right. There should be like a statute of limitations for spoilers, And I feel like it has passed for Star Wars.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, it's a bad place, whatever it is.
Quite bad. And so it sounds like Lynette has spent some time climbing the ranks. And it sounds like it has been a predominantly male position up until recently. So
she's had to be, I guess, pretty savage to like stay alive.
Yeah. And it sounds like she has endured the Pit of Desolation as well.
Yeah. You know what that also kind of reminds me of? Is in a way is on Dune. The box that you stick your hand into.
Oh yeah. It's just pain, just like raw pain. Yeah.
But then again, that's just meant to like prove your mettle. It's not meant to break you, really.
Yeah, it's meant to show if you would break.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the difference in character and the difference in the way they speak between Karis and Lynette. It's very, very obvious who is who.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, why? Karis shot back after her left. Why? Are you kidding me? I mean, look at this craziness. Like, yeah. So she is very disillusioned by this whole thing, and it sounds like they're going to force her to see.
Yeah, I kind of wonder how long Karis has been there. And, like her parents dropped her off there, apparently.
Yeah, it almost seems like they keep 100 people based off of I was first 100th removed. Mm-hmm. So it seems like maybe they just keep 100 devotees.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Laborers Guild Union thing. Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. And that is where Karis speaks up from.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a weird place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the names are utterly ridiculous. I can't stress that enough. All of this is pretty ridiculous, and all the capitalizations, devotee, the Laborer Guild section of Ecclesia's gathering, all that is capitalized proper noun status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a thought and then I lost it.
Well, thought it was a real treat.
It was a treat. I can tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Walker.
Thanks, Walker. This was funny.
This is a good one. I like this.
This was funny more than anything else.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And I actually do think that this is a good kind of, I don't want to say template, but it just kind of works as a setup for something fantasy oriented as well. Like that, again, because whenever I started jumping into this, it kind of felt like fantasy, like all the way everything is being set up, the hierarchy and all of that. So yeah, I dig that. Also dig that it's just a cult. That's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Walker.
It was a fun read.
Yeah. And up next, we have The Unwilling Apprentice by Curious Writer.
Hey, Curious.
Hey, Curious.
Curse. Hey, did you know that in Appalachia, if they call somebody curse, do you know what that means? She's cursed.
Curious?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be curious or cursed?
It's supposed to be curious.
Or could it be both?
No, it's just curious.
It's just curious.
But do you know what it means?
No.
It means weird, a weirdo.
Oh
yeah, she's cursed.
She's cursed.
She's cursed. Anyway, okay. Curious Writer. So we have a continuation of this story with Cassandra and Jesse.
Yep. Yep. And in accordance to everything that we've seen so far, it's another escalation.
Another escalation.
Yeah, we just keep tightening the tension around this whole situation.
Yeah.
Literally in this case. As Cassandra is now bound.
Yeah. And has a knife to her throat.
Yes.
Yes. So we're now after the point where, the basket came to the front door and whatever. And we've got Jessie sitting on Cassie's lap with a knife to her throat.
Yes. Yes. And she is... this line, she tried to move her arms and legs only for the rope binding them to dig into her ankles and wrists. So yeah, she is bound here and we get this conversation.
Yeah. I would like to say that there was a very simple line which just told me so much about Jessie's character. And that's where, she's like, "You," Cassandra gasped, eliciting a crazed giggle from Jessie. Like that line alone helped me to understand Jessie's state of mind, and the fact that Jessie is not just this very focused vigilante. Yeah. She's crazy.
She's crazy.
She's crazy.
She's crazy because she's got this person who would otherwise, like, their agendas align.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, she has to tie her up and threaten her with a knife.
Right.
And yeah, the crazed giggle. "So you do remember me. I'm touched." Jessie placed the hand not holding the knife over her heart. No, yeah. Not a serial killer, huh? Cassandra scoffed, pushing her head into the chair to try to get the knife away from the throat. I was like, that term is so negative. I only killed those who deserve it. And I'm like, is the term serial killer really negative? Or is it just very precise?
Yeah. I think it's a very precise term that has a lot of negative connotations.
At least for Jesse. Yeah.
I mean, you think Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, that's, Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it has negative history, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
In Jesse's terms, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a very specific term, I felt like.
Yeah, but where did Jesse say I'm not a serial killer?
I think in the first, whenever she meets her in the park.
Oh, okay.
Say I'm not a serial killer or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, because that was clearly a reference to something that Jesse had said, and I just had forgotten where that was.
Yeah, I suspect it was right. Well, yeah, the only time it could have been said was whenever they met in the park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, in that case, Cassandra has a very good memory.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and a good memory just because she recognizes her face. And also because we're getting little tiny snippets. I feel like this moment may have come like the evening after they met. It could have been that soon.
That's true.
So this being spread out over 4 weeks now?
Yeah, that's true. Could have just been 48 hours.
Yeah, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, maybe even. But so yeah, the timing, if this was all strung together, might make that a little less unlikely.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. Okay, so it just seems like Jessie is just straight up victimizing Cassandra. But then she's like kind of starts to lead into her proposition.
Yeah. It's like, what did I ever do to you? Asked Cassandra. Nothing. Which is why, if you promise to hear me out, I'll put the knife away for now. Jessie said. Okay, I promise I'll hear you out, said Cassandra. Because of course she would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think it was in the comments, somebody said, like,
Mikey does not like you.
Yeah, Mikey was mentioning, like, there's always that point when it's like, if you promise to do what I say, I'll stop threatening you. It's like, well, of course you're going to promise.
Right.
Like,
but people in a state like the one that Jessie is in are detached from reality.
Right.
And so they're going to potentially believe that you're being honest. That's why you can like manipulate people who are like have lost their shit, by being like, hey, let's be friends. Like, let's talk about our feelings, in order to get them to not kill you. Well, obviously they're not being sincere. They just don't want to die. But the killer is in a state of mind where they'll kind of misconstrue that. Yeah.
And I imagine that situation over a long enough period of time leads to things like Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, totally. Yeah. If you keep doing that.
Yeah.
But plus, like, I think that I would be like a big candidate for Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, I would really empathize and be like, man, but he's had a hard life.
Yeah.
And
but man,
poor guy.
Jesse only kills people who deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can totally see how that would happen.
Yeah. This is an excellent escalation. Again, we just continue to escalate everything. And I'm really curious how what sounds like a monologue is coming up next from Jesse. And I feel like it's also potentially going to be a big info dump. So the way you approach that will be really, really telling for Jesse and also really telling for the direction of the story as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And how Cassandra reacts, obviously. Yeah. Man, I'm really digging this.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thank you, Curious.
Thanks, Curse.
All right. And our final story for this week is by none other than Richie Posher.
Our very own in-house Richie Posher.
With The Lament of Butternubs the Bard.
Oh,
Butternubs.
Butternubs.
That is a great name.
It is. So, first, I just want to say that I was so relieved whenever it ended up being a monster that killed the brother. Because that just made it so much better than I thought it was going to be something serious and solemn
and just
tragic.
Yeah.
That he had like died in a car accident, or like I pulled up and my stomach dropped when I saw police tape or something,
yeah.
you know? But the fact that it was an actual like monster scene was a relief for me.
Actually, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the separating that from reality
Exactly.
helps to keep it from being too gut-wrenching, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because everything that we get leading up to that, like, is just a great, like, brotherly love kind of setup for it all. And it, oh man, like, I really like, here out of the first paragraph, kind of discussing what their Friday night debauchery looks like. And we get this: we matured and Guitar Hero gave way to Dungeons and Dragons. Monster was swapped for beer. Mike and Ike's for Sour Patch Kids and pizza.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, that's maturing in a way. I really dug that because it's like nothing's really changed. Like what they do and what they eat has changed a little bit, but it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah, that was a funny definition of maturing.
Yeah.
I like that. Also, well, I like the whole like hangout session that they have. Like that's fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's so fun. Just go get some like weird ass movie from the video store.
Yeah,
you know?
from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Oh man, this I don't know why the whole thing just kind of just reeks of like that Stranger Things vibe, like just that kind of nostalgic pre-internet.
Yeah,
time.
and to me it reeks of like my younger days.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Oh yeah,
where we would do that. You know. That's so fun. But also the way that Richie describes the cigarette, actually, for the first time in my life, makes me want to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. Oh, I highlighted that whole paragraph. This is discussing after he goes to Blockbuster. He says, I grabbed something with Keanu in it and headed to the gas station where I squeezed the rest of my weekly budget into the gas tank and screwed a Camel between my lips as I pulled away from the pump. I bit into the filter and felt the ball of menthol pop between my teeth. Icy cool smoke filled my lungs and I cranked the stereo. Man, that's a great paragraph. That's
such a good paragraph.
That is so good.
So descriptive. Just like
so sensory too.
Yes.
Yeah. We get the visual element of Keanu at this gas station and him, like the description of his budget, like he's squeezing his budget
into the gas tank. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's just so much happening in that paragraph that just works, man. I love that.
And just the tiny detail, like I screwed a Camel between my lips as I pulled away from the pump. That's something that I feel like a lot of people don't think to add, as I pulled away from the pump.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it would just be like as I drove away or something. But it's like adding that detail just like really puts you there, you know?
Yeah. Well, and even just stringing it together, screwed in a camel, like the fact that you can just say camel and not say cigarette.
Right.
Or that you don't have to set, like there's things that you need to tell us and things you don't need to tell us. Like you're walking that line so well in this paragraph.
That is a lovely, lovely paragraph.
Wonderfully done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and so we get... I turned down the highway and noticed dark clouds ahead of me. Lightning crackled about and my hackles shot up as a thick rain began to fall in sheets that covered the ground like a thick rolling fog. So things are escalating and it seems like it's all culminating around this apartment, right? Yeah, around his brother's apartment, essentially, where we get this Lovecraftian horror scene, essentially, is what it sounds like. When I got there, I felt my stomach drop. I felt my stomach drop to my asshole as I watched a great beast stride through the rain and down the street. Its details were obscured by the rain, but I could see flashes of tentacles as the lightning emanated from its head as it broke through the clouds. Yeah, that just strikes me as straight up Cthulhu. Anyway, yeah, it just the whole thing just turns into a monster show. But all of this following what we know is the last interaction he had with his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well telegraphed, but still surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, sad. So I guess that I would assume that this guy is going to now go on a quest to conquer these monsters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It took me a minute to, so first the final paragraph, butternubs.
Mhm.
That's just where we leave it.
Yeah,
Just,
butternubs.
I go back to the title, The Lament of Butternubs the Bard.
Uh-huh.
That makes me think the last line where Guitar Hero gives way to Dungeons and Dragons. So the Bard is a class in D&D. And so this makes me think that might be something that we're leaning into, is this kind of, maybe not necessarily the lore, but just the idea of like a monster hunt or something like that. Yeah. I dig this, man.
Yeah, this is fun.
This is fun.
This is fun. And it's just a yummy read.
It really is.
It's just a yummy read, just the little details and like the sensory things, you know?
Yeah. Agreed entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dude, thanks, Richie.
Thanks, Richie.
Yeah. And that is all of our stories for this week.
Oh.
So thanks, Walker, for being selected here today, as well as Curious Writer and Richie. Thanks, guys.
Yes. Thank y'all.
And that takes us.
And thanks to Jake for his performance.
Jake. Yeah, thanks. We saw that on the Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched that this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you got a hell of a baritone.
Yeah, but that was funny though, the song.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually I think Jake shared another one of Amigo the Devil's songs before, and I came across that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I hadn't heard that song, but whenever it was first, like, they took my phone when I came through the door, I was imagining a psych ward because someone close to me was recently admitted to the psych ward.
Yeah.
And couldn't contact anybody. But then it was like, it was an orgy.
It was an orgy.
Okay, well, that makes sense why they would take your phone.
Right.
You know? And like, I'm just crying and nobody can, what did it say? Like,
I don't remember
nobody
the
can
lyrics.
help me. So it was a funny line. It's like I'm crying in the corner and nobody knows why or something. Anyway, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, That's a good song.
Yes.
Yeah. And that takes us into episode 79. So for episode 79, we are issuing an image prompt, or you could even call it an iconography prompt.
I'd like to call it that.
Okay, we'll call it an iconography prompt. Yeah. And you can find a link to that image, that painting, over on our subreddit under episode 79. And the words to accompany this image are wild, kidnap, dark, fiber, and parade.
Wild. This is one of my favorite words.
It's a good one. I believe it's probably been used to describe you a time or two.
It has.
Perhaps as a Wookiee.
That's true. That's happened. Wild is a adjective. It is not an adjectival noun.
Into the wild?
No, that's a noun.
Yeah, just a noun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait. Adjectival noun or nominal adjective? Hold on. No, nominal adjective. But forget that. Okay.
Okay.
It's an adjective and it's a noun and it's a verb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go wilding.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
If you say so.
No, have you heard that?
I feel like I have.
It's something that I feel like kids in like the 80s used to say. Like, we went wildin'.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just like to go out and like cause trouble. To go out and paint the town red.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up?
I'm looking at the definition, and there's a lot. There's five adjective definitions, 2 nouns and 2 verbs.
What are the verbs?
The verbs are it's informal U.S. English. Behave in an unrestrained or violent manner.
That's to go wildin'.
Yeah. And then the second one, West Indian English. Treat a person or animal harshly so that they will become untrusting or nervous.
Fuck that.
You don't want to wild him.
Okay.
Weird. Never heard that one.
No, me neither. I say that to like my cats whenever they come inside and are filthy. I'm like, was you wildin'?
Yeah.
Okay.
That tracks.
Yeah. But into the wild, okay, like a wild place, like land.
Mm-hmm.
Wild as an adjective, untamed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lacking
Lacking discipline or restraint.
Mm-hmm.
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 They're the wildlings in Game of Thrones.
Yes. This word was used a lot when I was a child.
Because you were a wild child.
Well, actually, I really wasn't, but it was like when I was little, just like, y'all acting wild. Stop acting so wild. Y'all acting like wild Indians.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's politically incorrect. That's just what my parents would say to us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, there you have it. Yep. And our next word is kidnap, which is literally what Jesse has done to Cassandra.
Tis.
Has kidnapped Cassandra.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what she's done. Mm-hmm. Kidnap is to steal a person or animal.
Mm-hmm. Would the animal specifically have to be a baby goat?
No more than it would have to be a young human.
Okay.
So kidnap, it's just a verb and it's just to steal a person.
Mm-hmm. To steal a being.
Yeah. Kidnap. Yeah. A living thing.
Yeah.
That's not a plant.
Yes, like that. Would that just be a plant nap?
Yeah.
Plant napper.
I think that would just be stealing.
Okay.
But it's not, for some reason it involves some level of, agency on behalf of the stolen one.
The definition does specifically say someone, so it may not necessarily apply to animals. Well, because you could do there's dog nappers.
That's
and
true.
Cat nappers.
That's true. That's true.
So I think if it's kidnapping, it applies to all people.
A person.
And then otherwise you could be a dog napper, cat napper, lizard napper, snake napper.
Oh.
They get their own
title.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. A person stealer. To steal a person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And our next word is dark.
Oh man, dark. Dark has so many meanings. Mm-hmm. Dark can be like color, dark. It can be nighttime. It can be something that's like heavy subject matter.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? Dark.
It just reminds me of dark hole.
Yeah, that's what I thought of too. Dark hole. So good.
Mm-hmm.
But dark cannot be a verb because the verb is darken.
Aren't there like the dark ages?
That's an adjective.
Mm-hmm.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Space is dark.
Yep.
Despite so many stars, space is very dark.
It is. So they say.
So they do say. Maybe it's true. I don't know. I don't know nothing.
I don't either.
Okay, and our next word is fiber.
Fiber. Well, fiber can be that micronutrient.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess is what it's called.
That you take Metamucil for.
Metamucil.
Or a fiber supplement.
Yeah. Or if you eat a lot of fruit is fibrous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's usually and fiber is just like stringy, right?
Yeah.
Like fibrous.
Yeah.
Full of fibers.
Right.
Yeah, fiber.
Yep. And then there's fibers like carpet fibers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's fiber optic.
Is that stringy?
It really is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very, 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 very small glass or plastic tube that transmits light through it.
Okay, I'd like to see this because it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so you can take a cable, you can hold it up to a light, and then take the other end into a dark room, and you can just see the light. Yeah,
cool.
Pretty cool.
Science.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how
awesome.
internet is transmitted primarily these days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. You have it at your house.
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what it entailed.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that it existed at my house, though. Yeah.
Yep.
Fiber can also be an adjectival noun.
Okay. Fiber
Station.
station. Yes, of course.
Fiber bar. Fiber supplement.
There it is.
Yeah.
And our last word is parade. Parade.
Parade. Parade is a noun and a verb. And an adjectival noun. You can have like the parade committee.
Parade float.
The parade float. Mm-hmm. Yep. So a parade is a thingy where there's floats and candy and people are wilding.
Yes. That's also where inevitably in a parade there's the shiners who have their tiny little cars.
Yes.
Their little fez.
Yeah, those weird guys.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
For no apparent reason.
That's just who they are.
It's who they are, but nobody really knows why.
Mm-mm.
Why the fez? They're not even Turkish.
No one even knows what they do. That's just, they show up once a year at a parade.
Yeah.
In their fez.
They also help kids, I think. I think they donate money to children.
Oh, well.
The Shriners Hospital, you know?
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. Like I
didn't know, but that's good. Good for them.
I feel like that's their main purpose.
Okay.
Is to look weird at parades.
Okay.
And to raise money to give to children.
Okay. There are far worse things to be than looking weird at a parade and being really generous to children.
And it looks like they're having a great time. So I'm like,
genuinely does look pretty fun.
More power to them.
Do I need to be a Shriner?
Yeah, I was about to say, are there any openings? You should check.
Okay.
That would be hilarious. I'm right now picturing you riding around in one of those little go-karts.
I'm not having any trouble visualizing that.
No, but they always are just going in circles. You know?
Yeah, but don't they do like little routines too? Like they'll be driving, then they do like this little choreographed routine.
Yeah. They do.
I want to do this now.
You can. This is totally.
I'm gonna go be a Shriner.
Yeah, this is totally within possibility. Maybe, unless you have to be like grandfathered in.
Or just a grandfather, because none of them are young.
That's true. You got a ways to go, but future goals.
The entry age is 75.
Yeah, you have to be at least 75 to get in.
And those words again.
But wait, parade is also a verb.
Uh-huh.
Like to parade around.
Yeah, you can parade your stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can also just parade around.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like, I don't know, a peacock or something. I feel
peacocking,
like
it's a kind of parading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like that's often used kind of negatively, like you're kind of showing off, like parading. But not always. Parade is a good word.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, it is generally kind of negative, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it just generally means like showing off or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those words again are wild, kidnap, dark, fiber, and parade. And
if you want to be like these wonderful writers and submit your story to You Write, head on over to our subreddit at reddit.com/r/YouWritePod.
If you are unable to submit a story this week, that is totally fine. You can always help out by reading and commenting on other people's stories.
Each time you post a story or leave a comment on someone else's submission, you increase your chances of having your story read on the podcast.
You can always reach us at yourightpod@gmail.com.
If you like our show and want to help support us, consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/YouWrite.
If you are unable to donate, that is totally fine. You can help us just by sharing the podcast with other writers and non-writers alike.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you know as soon as new episodes are available.
Also, be sure to leave us a rating and a review anywhere. If it accepts ratings, reviews, or comments of our podcast, just go and do that.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, just do that.
That's right. And remember, join us next week on You Write,
a podcast where you write.
I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day.
See y'all next week.
But I never lost 1 minute sleeping weren't about the way that things might have been. You know?
No.
Big wheel, keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Bear, 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 bear. Okay.